Well, hello and welcome to this episode of Philosophy SMP. There's not a lot of talking in these upcoming episodes. I wasn't feeling good at the time I recorded these videos. And I'm just trying to pull out the highlights, things that might be of interest to you guys. So here I am developing my initial mine site. I'm trying to get down to get to the iron level at Y16. And I've run across this giant cenote. And this particular day I was feeling a little better than normal. I still didn't want to talk or anything, but I just felt like playing, and so I decided, you know what, I'll just make a big huge tunnel right here in the middle of the cenote and just work my way down to the next area where it's dry, and then I'll just place blocks to get rid of the water, and that's basically what we did. But there were a few hazards here. I almost drowned a few times, and had to deal with some drowned dead. And I always get lost underwater. It's why I like to place torches and stuff, you know, because I always seem to get lost down here. Now we're going to go ahead and go fast forward mode as I continue to work on this, and you'll see some combat and other stuff going on. So I hear this guy before I see him. I'm really intently focused on the building here, so I'm trying to ignore him and just get this wall up. I really want to get this wall up right now. But then I look over and I see, oh man, you know, he has a trident, and try to get away from him because I don't want to end up trying to fight that guy. Even though I have diamond armor on, those things usually kill me. I go down here and look for him, but he just kind of vanished. He's just one of many of these drowned dead that show up and seem to come after me as I'm building this passage down here. So I had just successfully defeated one of these drowned dead guys. He's a pretty easy one. He didn't have a trident with him. And then I hear another one just after I started laying down some blocks here. And so now I go down here. I'm going to try and fight this guy thinking that I have you know, a chance, and they pulled out the tridents. And yeah, so I back way up here and I just get the heck out of Dodge. There's no point in fighting this guy with my current abilities. So yeah, I do get out the shield and I do try to go down and deal with him. I think one of these, either one of these guys or one of the other ones, I actually successfully got a tripod out of it. I don't know if it's this one or not. We'll just kind of watch the battle here. I don't remember how it went out. I'm pretty sure I won. I didn't get killed, but they almost had me. They just weren't dying. I kept hitting them and they would not die. Look at all these tripods you throw at me everywhere. Health is down to nothing. Don't remember if I go back down to investigate if I have a tripod from that or not. Yeah, I guess I don't. Back to building. So I decided I had enough of drowning and decided I'm going to go down here and fill all this in with these blocks. I didn't have any sponge, so I couldn't just get rid of the water that way. So now it becomes a long process, as you're about to see, of me just filling this entire tunnel I just got through building in with this granite and whatever other blocks that I had on me at the time. I didn't have to worry about bad guys attacking me anymore, but I kept losing air, you know. But it didn't take very long to fill this in and get this little part of the project done, and then I could resume my building once it was finished. We'll go ahead and enter a fast forward mode for the rest of this. So this part really confused me. I poked my way down here and all of a sudden I find myself staring at a creeper. And remember, this was all filled with water. I was in a big underwater cave like just a few minutes ago. I didn't think I had broken through to another layer below. There must have been like a 1 or 2 block separation between the cenote and some underwater cave underneath it. I mean, what I did here didn't drain all the water out, so that kind of threw me off, but I sealed them up and proceeded to work, and eventually I decided that I would fight this guy, and I couldn't get a good aim at him. He moved on me. Let's see, yeah, the first one I killed, and then there was another one, I think, and I started shooting at his toes. And then there was a skeleton in here. It took me a minute before I broke in and decided to go to work and start defeating these guys. Yeah, there's the one I'm aiming at the feet right there. Gotcha! So I got tired of mining down there and working through that seemingly endless cenote, and it's been a few days now, so I'm now beginning to work on the roof of my house. And we're going to get into super fast build mode here as we go through the construction of the roof. Hey man, didn't you read the sign? It says, no soliciting. So here we have a big problem. I don't know how to attach these two different sections of roof. And what you're about to see are a bunch of different attempts that I have tried to get this to work and look good. I always say it's about finding the pattern, and what you're about to see is me trying to find my way to the pattern here. So as you can see, I'm kind of struggling with this section of the house. I can't quite figure out how I want to put it together, but I come up with a plan that I'm about ready to try here, and you're going to see it here in a second. And that's the design that we ended up sticking with. And that's pretty much it. That's how I created my quote-unquote survival house or survival base here on the Utopia world on the Philosophy SMP Season 5 server. Just a few little minor tweaks here, adding some lighting, some trapdoors. You know, of course we've got to peel the bark. But this wraps it up. I wanted to show you guys the house, how it got built. I didn't want to leave you without an idea of the process and the thinking and what all happened to build this. So hopefully you guys got that. I'll see you in the next episode.